1983. The volcano on the island of Krakatoa begins to erupt, terrorizing the children at a mission school in Palembang on nearby Sumatra. In Anjer, Java, the steamer Batavia Queen, commanded by Captain Chris Hansen, takes aboard passengers. Douglas Rigby, owner and operator of a diving bell, balloonists Giovanni and Leoncavallo Borghese, diver Harry Connerly, Connerly's mistress Charlie Adams, for female Japanese pearl divers led by Toshi, and Laura Travis, who had an extramarital affair with Hansen in Batavia. Laura was married to an abusive man with whom she had a son named Peter. When she asked for a divorce in order to stay with Hansen, her husband left her, taking both Peter and a fortune in pearls with him aboard the steamer Ariana. The Ariana had sunk off Krakatoa, and a guilt-ridden Laura, fearing that Peter had died, had spent a year in a mental institution. Hansen has organized the voyage to find the Ariana, salvage the pearls, and find Peter, if he is still alive. Colonial authorities arrive just before the Batavia Queen departs and force Hansen to take 30 convicts and their jailer aboard for transportation to Medora Island. Hansen plans to deliver the convicts to Medora after recovering the pearls off Krakatoa. One of the prisoners, Lester Danzig, is an acquaintance of Hansen's, and Hansen allows him to make the voyage on deck instead of in the hold. A colonial official warns that the island is a raging volcano, but Hansen ignores him. During the voyage to Krakatoa, her crew and passengers observe strange phenomena: seabirds swarming in huge flocks by day, a series of fiery explosions erupting from the sea, and a high-pitched, ear-splitting sound like that of escaping steam. Danzig discovers that Connerly is secretly using laudanum to kill the pain of a lung disease because it might interfere with his diving abilities. Danzig informs Connerly of Laura's time in the mental institution, calling into question the veracity of her story about the pearls. The Borgheses, Connerly, Charlie, Rigby, and Toshi confront Hansen, but he assures them that her story is true. The Batavia Queen arrives off Krakatoa to find the island shrouded in thick smoke. After it clears, the Borgheses ascend in their balloon while Rigby descends in his diving bell. The Borgheses discover the wreck of the Ariana and guide the Batavia Queen and the submerged Rigby to it. Immediately afterwards, the motor driving the steering propeller fails, and they careen helplessly into Volcano's crater. They jettison the useless engine to reduce weight and are blown clear by a volcanic explosion which sets their balloon afire. Drifting away from the island, they leap into the sea and are rescued. Danzig tells Hansen of Connerly's lung problems, and Hansen decides that he will dive instead of Connerly. While Connerly and Hansen argue, Rigby's diving bell becomes snagged on coral. The pearl divers, Hansen and Connerly, all dive into the water to free Rigby. While everyone is occupied, Danzig steals a pistol and frees the prisoners. They take over the ship, throw the jailer overboard, and imprison the passengers and crew in the hold. Unaware of the events aboard the Batavia Queen, Hansen and Connerly find the Ariana safe and attach a cable to it to have it hoisted aboard. Upon their return, Danzig has Connerly lowered into the hold, but forces Hansen to look on at gunpoint as he opens the Ariana safe. They find nothing inside but a cheap pocket watch. When an explosion on Krakatoa distracts Danzig, Hansen overpowers him and manages to drive the remaining prisoners off the ship. After Hansen frees the passengers and crew, Rigby finds another compartment in the safe, which contains the Ariana's logbook. The logbook reveals the Ariana made a port call at Palembang before sinking, and a letter tucked into the logbook says Peter disembarked there to attend the mission school. Hansen steams to Palembang to find Peter. By now, Krakatoa is erupting continually, hurling lava bombs into the surrounding sea. Toshi is killed when one of the lava bombs strikes her. The Batavia Queen arrives off Palembang to find the mission school heavily damaged and abandoned. Hansen hails a passing junk and is informed that the school's staff and students had fled Palembang that morning, intending to sail to Java. The Batavia Queen comes to the assistance of a sinking sampan, which proves to be the school's boat. The Batavia Queens rescue everyone aboard the sampan, including Peter, who has a joyful reunion with Laura. A chest belonging to Peter is brought aboard the Batavia Queen. It contains the missing pearls, and Connerly, Rigby, the Borgheses, and the three surviving pearl divers receive their shares of the fortune. Krakatoa's violent explosions increase. Hansen assumes that they will cause a tsunami and prepares the Batavia Queen to ride it out. Hansen attempts to assure Connerly that they will be safer on the ship, but Connerly demands that he and any other passenger be allowed to disembark. Giovanni Borghese, Charlie, and the three surviving pearl divers join Connerly in the lifeboat and row to Anju. Krakatoa disintegrates in one final, cataclysmic explosion, which generates an enormous tsunami. It strikes Anju shortly after the Batavia Queen's lifeboat arrives. Unable to outrun the wave, Connerly and Charlie embrace for the last time before the wave engulfs and kills them. At sea, Hansen, Laura, Peter, Rigby, Leoncavallo Borghese, the refugees from the mission school, and the ship's crew ride out the tsunami successfully aboard the Batavia Queen.